Hey, oh, shit. All right. I think we good. I think we're doing something, Travis Bagent. I
Well,
think we're
Jesus
doing.
Christ, it don't take a fucking rocket scientist. Jesus, scrambling. Ingen Turnsey does podcast. Come on.
Oh my god! Oh my god! We're live, Travis. Oh my god!
Hey, let's freaking go.
Yeah,
15 minutes.
those
15 minutes it takes for Artem to hit the record button.
hey, those pilots start a little rough. You know what I mean? How it's always for the first time. It's kind of it's tricky.
You promised me if I did a podcast, the first ever Tell Me I'm the Greatest podcast, that it would be flawless. Boom. 15-minute delay.
Dude, hold on. Are you wearing Tyson's shirt?
I'm wearing my shirt, cat. Double X. Shepherd University. It looks like a medium.
It ain't no double X. It ain't no double X. I need to see the label. I need to see the label. Uh, Medium. All right.
Tell me I'm the great medium.
Man, it's tied to X. Is it a tied to X? Are you like 280?
I'm a man child. That's what's going on.
Like, are you gonna give me a whole spiel for 15 minutes? Cause you're gonna come back and kill everyone because you're too
Nah,
right
man,
now.
I'm done. I'm done with arm wrestling. I'm strictly commentator.
Hold on.
This weekend, I did my first tough man contest where I did the commentating.
You like first out, outgoing from arm wrestling. Hold on, you know what? I know
Killed it.
in the past 2 weeks, it seems like you had like a change of heart to where you completely transferred from a wanna be back great arm wrestler to like I'm gonna be a commentator.
I'm done.
What's changed? Your brother came in and beat you at practice.
Appendicitis is the real beast.
Oh my god, appendix got you fucked up.
Appendicitis got me fucked up.
Dude, Hermes grows one every month and gets it removed just for shit and giggles to it, just because he's such a
slight side effect. Slight side effect.
Oh man!
Did you travel?
Hold on, you have arm wrestling table behind you.
Yeah.
Oh come on! I know you're lying to me.
ESPN is coming to town this afternoon. That's why.
But they're coming for Tyson.
Only problem is they're coming for Tyson Bagent, so we got to get everything situated around here.
So the table going in the basement. I got you.
Table's going to the gym. Table's going to the gym so we can reenact that we actually train arm wrestling every day.
Okay, got you. It's an interesting turn of events.
SC featured will be in Martinsburg, West Virginia. For all of you people, go check out Trey Lance, SC featured. That's the last time they did a quarterback a couple years ago. This year, they will be showcasing the one and only Tyson Bagent. And his pro day is in 1 week. So they will be here all week getting footage of the beast and how I made this cat who he is.
Well, let's hope Tyson will get some footage time as well.
We're gonna get him a small interview of some sort in there at some point. Then on March 28th, the NFL Network comes into town for the pro day, and they stay for the next week to get even more footage of the man, the myth, the legend, Tyson Bagent. Hey, listen, arm wrestling world, this is your last chance to kiss my ass because we about to blow the fuck up. And all of you motherfuckers that I caught talking shit the last 20 years, you got a couple days. You better get up on the good side of the beast because it's about a wrap. Don't think I won't embarrass you in public when you're yelling at me as I'm walking down the red carpet. Don't be hitting me with the, hey, Trav, always knew. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You hating motherfucker. No, you didn't.
You're the one leaving those mixed reviews about my commentary.
Yeah. You and Lindsay are the only two people that commented to Artem that I was a jackass that day when I was commentating.
Oh man, that's awesome. Hey, do you want to hate on Ryan Bowen for a second?
No, Ryan Bowen's like Donald Trump. You first see him and you start cracking some jokes, and then all of a sudden he's the fucking president of the United States.
Yeah, but hey, he's making me not gonna go to your event on June 3rd.
How come?
Because of something with King of the Table, the next King of the Table, and his event in Australia. He needs to move the dates a lot closer to where I really cannot compete. I really cannot compete at both. So I have to make a choice.
Oh,
To make it
man.
funny.
Well, you know what? Here's the good thing. We won't notice if you don't arm wrestle in our event. So here, let's make that fucking easy. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. Ryan does not have to worry about me. However, he better be careful messing with Ingen's events.
Right?
That's Ingen's event. That's not my event.
It's we're blaming the back and King of the Table, but the date's not announced yet. But like we talked about this morning, I'm like, ooh, I don't know, yeah, it doesn't look too good.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is we will understand here in America, so don't worry about it. Your brand is way better once you use your passport. Just remember that. I'm sure it's the same case for one Ryan Bowen. So, no worries.
It's all right.
You don't want to. Hey, but listen to this. You can't come. If you don't compete, you're not allowed to be in attendance to hang out with me and Ingen and Devon and John and two other special guests from, dare I say, foreigners. Like the great Michael Todd used that derogatorily in Istanbul. I'm not one to say foreigners, but if Michael's going to say it, I'm in too.
No, that's not how you learn from people's mistakes.
Woo! Yeah, so just make sure you know that you're making a commitment with every brand. You're making a commitment with Ingen. You're making a commitment with Devon Larratt. You're making a commitment. You're breaking a commitment with John Wawrzynski, and of course, the one and only beast, Travis Bagent.
Oh, that's right. The last one I got the control of. That commitment is all on me. It's all good. It's all good. The pocket's deep on that one.
You've had rocky relationships with Travis in the past. It's not that big a deal. Back when y'all were doing them memes, I almost was gonna whoop y'all's ass. Look where that got you. Look where that got me. More memes. That's all it got.
It all gets fixed every 6 bottles of Mountain Dew. It's all good. All right, what do you got?
Hey, let's put this out here. I got to make sure that the arm wrestling world understands.
Yeah, you let me know.
If in fact there's an arm wrestling product, God forbid, a handle or a t-shirt or a table manufacturer. I mean, the list goes on and on as to the different things that the arm wrestling world is selling. Hey, primal beef jerky, right? Mm-hmm. Anybody in that arm wrestling space that is looking for some airtime at the biggest event in the world, Ingen Terzi has a package for every single match. So let's just say Top Roll Production wanted to sponsor one of the matches at the East versus West. You would send the script over to Travis Bagent, that all the information that you would like portrayed during the match that you would like it portrayed in. You had, unfortunately, have to send the money to Ingen. You believe he didn't trust me with those dollars? But at right now, every match, the bidding will start and most likely end at $500 per match.
Okay.
First come, first serve. So if Top Row wants the Gennady Devon Larratt match, You just need to get with Ingen, let him know that you would like to sponsor that match. Here are the details that have been sent to Travis Bagent, because I will be the one spitting on the mic. No matter how important you think Ingen and Devon and them are, I can kill them in that live broadcast anytime I want. So it really makes me the boss without having any of the W-9 and all the licenses really in my name. $500, you can have the Paul Lynn match. You can have the event. Is Prudnick pulling? I don't even know.
No, I don't think
we left all the pussies. We left all the pussies off the card this time. So no Hermes, no Prudnick, no Michael Todd. We got rid of all the sissies. Now it's for the real men. So think about that. Anybody, as long as Ingen approves you, you might have trouble, Ryan Bowen, at this time sponsoring a match. But hey, if you can get it cleared through Ingen, Ryan, I will blow that east first, whatever you got, north first, south, New Zealand, Kangaroo Arm Wrestling Club, whatever y'all got, you let me know.
There's a fair question which you have to disclose legally. Does the biz get a finder's fee?
No, but trust me.
You have to say it if you do legally.
Of course, no problem. And trust me, if I can weasel some more cash out of Ingen once I get there, I will be trying.
Hey, that's how you know your arm wrestling career goes a little bit down, because I'm getting questions on this podcast. Hey, Artem, who will you say have the most IQ in the game, Travis or Devon? It's not or, but it's two questions. In my humble opinion, and it's not biased that I'm here seeing this, Travis, I think Travis has the most IQ.
It's not even close, ladies and gentlemen.
It's an interesting conversation, because it's like people do have that debate where like Devon stole the characteristics and all the table stuff from you and all that. But if you go,
well, not just Devon, let's just say the whole generation. Any human being.
We're going for the everybody.
Yeah, any person 40 years or younger got every answer to the questions by either watching me or listening to me. And trust me, I know this because that's where I got it. I got it from watching the greats. So, and it just so happens that I am a informative, just absolute stud teacher, especially of the simple brain. AKA, I talk to you, Artem, the same way I talk to a 9-year-old kid when we're playing football. So when I'm done with the explanation or the story, it is immaculately presented to you. Because that's what you have to do if you want to teach kids how to do great things.
All right, that's fair.
So the arm wrestling world, once again, I'll leave you with this simple statement. You are, in fact, welcome.
Message from Daniel. Devon mentioned Travis as having one of the best IQs in the game. Not that we need to blow Travis's head.
No validation needed over here, young man. It's kind of like my son in the NFL. I already know.
Oh, shit. All right. Hey, by the way, what's the date on that? What's the date on that?
The date of the pro day is March 28th.
Right, but no, when is
the date of the NFL draft begins April 27th.
April 27th. Got you.
Thursday night.
Okay. Thursday night.
I'm only be watching for the first pick. If we are not the first pick, we will be holding out and not participating until restitution is made.
So, is it fair to assume that April 27, if when Tyson is going to be the first pick, can I still call you the next day or
No,
you're done?
done.
So
If
we
I
have
was
to.
you, I would try to do a podcast every day
Guys,
from
that's
now
what I'm going
until
with. I have
April
to.
27th.
I'm squeezing everything I can for the next a month and 7 days.
Just log them. Just log them. Matter of fact, from this conversation alone, just do 2 minutes at a time.
Exactly. Hey, and it's nothing but clips. Hey, did you watch Larry Wills just compete last Saturday?
I think he won, right? Didn't he win right-handed or something?
Yeah, he did win right-handed. Yes.
I was thinking about that, and you know, it's funny. I think it was the 5-year anniversary of when I met him, because I was scrolling back through, and the date that I met Larry Wills was the same date of the Allen Fisher Classic that we did. We invited all those guys,
right?
And we pulled in San Diego at the convention center. That was the day I met Larry, and that just popped up yesterday or the day before as a memory.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, and that's timeline checks out. They've been arm wrestling about 4 for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he jumped right in it the day after me, but it wasn't long after.
No, I just talked to Adam, and they like consider like serious. Like it's been like maybe like 3 years or so, and he looked.
He don't want to count the first 2 years. He was real terrible.
Nobody wants to do that. But if you're an arm wrestler, there's some point where you start juicing and shit like, man, those first 5 years, they were there. Yeah, I saw arm wrestling yesterday.
What did Larry lost left-handed? It looked like
he lost to Oleg, which kind of makes it crazy. So I just pulled his Larry like last Saturday, and I came back from there thinking like the man is the beast, and there nobody should beat him in the super heavyweights. And then he loses to Oleg, and which is a great thing. But that's last thing I told myself. I'm like, Larry looks great and all at practice. I wonder if he can bring it to the tournament, which he kind of was, but Oleg being Oleg, he still smashed him. I think that's fair.
It just goes to show you that, you can, it takes a while before you can never get tricked. And when I say tricked, it's just, you could see that Larry was letting him load in his hand. Yeah, he was leaning back.
There was a couple mistakes for sure.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that when you're pulling Larry at practice and you take away that ready go moment, you have to know that connection and the timing, it can sway that match 30% easily until you have the aptitude to make sure that you don't let little things add up to bigger things.
Especially with somebody like Larry, to where like that center thing is really, really important. If you lose that, then you kind of lose the match.
And understanding that the connection is different when you're stronger than people, as opposed when you're arm wrestling someone stronger than you.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, once again, I don't want to start talking pre-calculus or physics and just astronomy over here when the rest of you guys are still in math 101. It'll make no sense to you. So just know that Larry's a couple years away from not losing to the lighter weight guy, because he allows that guy to just absolutely hog the connection and win the timing game.
Well, honestly, from pulling him at the practice, I think he's only a few tournaments away, because what I've seen the practice and him doing little things, it was a lot. It was very advanced from where you're normal.
And I would say that you guys worked on 99% of the things you were supposed to and ignored the one fucking most important thing, which was a referee that does not know you two, connections from 10 different guys, and only concentrating on the ready go from the set grip. You're welcome.
Talk about that. So anyway, we talked about many other beautiful things, but
you know why you don't work on them things? Because even if you're the better guy, you don't want to work on them things.
Hold on, so you're not working on what? On a ready go?
Or you're not working out on the ready go, on the situation. It's not a comfortable ref. It's every person in the building giving you what their version of the set grip is and a live ready go. Because all arm wrestling is that set grip connection and timing.
Yeah, but I never talk about that. I'm just saying this is a bottom strap. Find a way to use it. Travis uses it like this. I use it like this. Figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The worst fucking training advice you could ever go through, Larry.
Oh, yeah, because everybody should just fucking lean forward and rock back.
I'm just saying, how about
I'm just saying, there's only one goofball that can do it, and it's you, okay?
Get the game plan. Listen.
Hey.
The rocking forward and going back is nothing but a pre-set up setup. You could switch that up. You could make your own little pre-set up. All I know is not having a pre-set up could cause you to maybe be behind the eight
Exactly.
ball.
So don't be talking shit to what I just exactly said in my own way, okay? There's the connection.
Your Russian is bothering me today. You're Russian. I can't really interpret it.
Oh, like I speak West Virginian since day one, okay? Come on now. It's compromises.
Amen.
Hey, there was a question which was kind of weird, I'll read it out to you.
Nothing's weird.
Again, it's also for me. Hey, Artem, but I'm gonna go ahead as both of us.
Hey, Artem doesn't know the answer, so he's gonna ask me. Okay,
hey, Artem and Travis, aren't you afraid that if there's too much money in the game, we will lose this small family feeling of arm wrestling where people help each other?
Yes, I cannot fucking wait until that is true. Because right now, that's all the fuck we got. And I hate it.
I was about to say I can't wait for the day to be afraid. And then we can talk about this.
It'd be a great day.
Great.
Yeah. I can't wait to go back to the 1990s when I was hoarding all this information.
Man, yeah. Well, yeah, so once there will be too much money, then I'll be afraid. But by now, I'm here looking for.
I will never be afraid. Bring the money.
If you do handle it with Engen first.
Unfortunately, handle it with Engen.
Hey man, I hit so many ads. People think it's a pre-recording show. Hey, there's not enough money out in the world, all right? You guys relax. Oh, okay. £2 super chat from Devon Laird's Bright Future. Travis, Devon beat you 4-3 left in 2011 Arm Wars. Yes?
I mean, that was what the score that was indicated. But just remember that same day, he beat Don Underwood 4-2 as well. Right? But I was at both matches, and he lost 37 times between those two matches. But for some reason, Neil Pickup always just kept rewinding the show and calling fouls. So, yeah. He did get out of there, just like he beat Todd Hutchins 4-0 at the WAL when we both seen him get pinned twice, right? Just like he beat Ingen Terzi, or he beat Ivani Prudnik 6-0, but we saw him lose the first round. But yeah, that happened.
Okay. So
for free, that happened. Just for us all getting paid up to show up there. So yeah, it happened. But you should rewind the match and make sure you really watch it.
Somebody just say yes. Carl Stanley, what's up, fellas? What's up, Carl? Okay.
I can't say hi to Carl unless he gives us cash.
Oh, come on. You didn't like Carl that much, though?
I love him, but this show's all about the money.
Come on, you don't want to see Carl at the East vs. West finals?
Oh, yeah, he did tell me he's coming.
See, he's coming for you.
He asked for the airfare information. I gave him the wrong airports. That left-hand title's mine. Get out of here.
Hey, who that's a great question, especially about for upcoming East versus West. Who Travis got, Irakli or Angarbayev?
I will take Ungerbayev, but for the smallest of margins. That's a
Okay.
55-45. Just it's on. Think about those two guys. Maybe the only two guys that actually weigh the same as John Brzezinski that actually beat him in a super match.
Actually, it's an interesting question. Since you actually, well, it's not like you haven't seen those people before, but haven't seen them in a while. Now that you've been out there in whole another country. Was there anybody out of all those dudes that like left like a huge impression on you, maybe even motivated you to go to the gym for a day? Or anybody
I'd
like,
say that Gennady looked pretty impressive. I felt when I was over there, and he overmatched his opponent. Who did he pull? Can't even remember.
he pulled Farid?
Oh yeah, and he looked pretty dominant
Yeah.
in his size, and then so I feel like that Gennady and Devon is going to be a big crowd pleasing pay-per-view worth buying experience.
So none of the really young guys. You really said somebody that you've seen before and they're like still in the game.
I mean, yeah, and I would say I've probably only seen Gennady twice, maybe 3 times in my life. But just seeing that, he is a big dude. His attitude is pretty gnarly. So like now that I was over there and I saw him, and now knowing the type of shape that that I know Devon is in, at least, from listening to John and seeing the product, that match is going to be interesting because I feel like Gennady will fight for long periods of time. And we both know that that's usually a dreadful road when you're pulling Devon. So what I'm hoping is Gennady is big and strong enough to be overwhelming early in order to really make it 4-2, 4-2, 3-3. Well, I don't know what it is. It's only 5 rounds, right? So
Right,
at
less than
least
five.
3-2, something to make it, just more exciting than just knowing after the first round that his attitude, his strategy, is all gone because that match has lasted 2.5 minutes from setup to result, and we can clearly see that that Devon's in charge.
Right.
And I don't even know why, and I just feel like Devon's matches, as exciting and as much praise as they get anyway, they will even become more heroic when, in fact, he actually comes back.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. And I always agree with you. There's nothing wrong with Devon losing that first one. Knowing how
listen, we're just looking for some reason to stay tuned throughout.
Right, and it's like, and it just makes you think like, all right, that person is a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with showing some humanity in there.
There's a monster in there. I agree, and I mean, I don't know. I just think that's the next step. Like, if you're promoting or one-on-one arm wrestling, as a promoter, you are just looking for that come from behind 3-2 win. And with those two attitudes, I think that it will do worlds for the arm wrestling and pay-per-view community when Gennady is up 1-0 or ties it at 1-1. Something because of his reaction and how and what a charismatic guy that he can be under the circumstances. Even we've seen how charismatic Prudnik is, yet how unavailable charisma is when you are in fact getting handled.
Right. It's funny. It's funny. Unavailable. Yeah, all the action shit gets out the window. There's this guy still going off on for 2 pounds. Travis, your elbow was off nearly every pin you had. Talking about you on Arm Wars.
Got you. Well, hey, how was his elbow? What was his elbow doing? I know what his hand was doing. It was killing that fucking pin pad. I was drilling him. I mean, I had to be 11 pins. Can he go back and take a better look? You get a drink.
How much will it cost for Travis to dedicate himself to 1 year of training, stem cells, and juice, and after that year compete at East versus West? I'm gonna let you know, guys. You know, right now, Travis doesn't get the year; he needs 3 to 4 months.
If my son does not get drafted, I will be in the gym immediately thereafter, trying to pay the rent the next month. We'll start off light with guys like Michael Todd and little dudes, weaklings like that, and we'll move up the food chain pretty quickly.
All right, that's fair enough. Fair enough. And if
matter of fact, I'll take on Michael Todd right now, right-handed, any fucking time he wants. $5,000. That's a monster factory.
And if Tyson gets drafted, we will not hear from you again. We heard that.
Yes, only to do the Legends tour. I rape and pillage the community in order to see my son and get an autograph.
Question. That was a good question about the fist. Artem, can you ask Travis how to take the fist? I cannot close my hand enough. But it was another one that followed it up. Hey, Artem, can you ask Travis how he squeezes his hand on someone else's hand, and also how he has a lot of side pressure in the center of the table, even though he doesn't specifically train it? Is that sparring?
Yes. A good way to answer that.
I mean, so you're saying, so you're.
I mean, the best way to think about it is I think that you think that I am trying to get a hold of what's in my hand when really I'm trying to get away what's in my hand so that my hand will actually close tighter.
Well, I think the way you explain it to me, you're making the fist to where you're imagining my hand is not even there. You just making it. You just making
and knowing, and then see, while you know it is there, instead of closing on it, I'm closing around it.
Right, exactly.
Now, you are going to have something in there. There's no way around it. But it doesn't mean that you have to get all of what's in there. You can try to get a fraction of what is already in there, knowing that the least amount of material that's in there will allow you to close your hand more. And remember, too, every technique is not to gain an advantage. It's to make sure that you are not at a disadvantage. So stop trying to use the technique to cheat people and just use it to not get cheated.
Exactly.
If you can get a 50-50 shaky connection and add some pre-setup to allow some great timing, you can change the outcome with less than 30% of the required power needed.
Right, because if you're the guy that concentrated on so much cheating yourself, by the time you get to the 50-50, you're going to hate it. So by the time that other person across from you is the same way, but if you're not the guy that relies on all this bullshit, you're going to make him really uncomfortable with making it somewhat fair.
Yeah, and listen, imagine strapping things to that fist, right? You would become so comfortable with a fist. The problem is you don't want to do any fist training and then wonder why it feels awkward when you pull it in a match. And you spend all your fucking time sparring with your buddy with no strap on, gripping and trying to control. I mean, listen, here's what I say. Keep doing it wrong. I do not care. I do not care. I mean, Artem does it wrong every tournament, even though I've begged him to do it correctly.
It didn't work out for me the first time, so I still have PTSD. I'll do it once again, because doing it again shot Silvers doesn't work out the first time.
Well, be careful now. Sometimes you're fucking with people who got the answers.
And that's why I don't do it every time.
Be careful quizzing his ass.
I'll do it against a bum, no problem.
Well, that's the deal too, right? Like, it usually comes to fruition when in fact you accept the fact that you are an immense underdog. So then you would be looking for some advantage, knowing that the body of work you have in front of you won't get it done. I use Mike Solaris for manifestation of positive energy and thoughts. I started that situation because I was at the 2003 World Championships about to arm wrestle Alexey Voevoda, and the perception and illusion was that you have no chance. So it was really easy for me to give in to this type of sorcery because I had nothing to lose and needed something extra. So lo and behold, I participate in that exercise. I fully take it on with a positive headspace, like 100% focused on if there's a possibility that this could help me, I'm in. It happens. I feel what I think is a pretty amazing result. And then the day later, I win the World Championships and do what you heard Ingen say on Pulling John that was virtually impossible. That Alexey is already the winner and that I have nothing to lose. Well, because I had nothing to lose, I was willing to think outside the box and accept any extra help.
Right.
If in fact you find yourself in that position and you do something amazing afterwards, it is easy for you to never lose that focus in fear that the manifestation of the positive thoughts was the only thing that got you over the hump. It had nothing to do with all the work, right? But one thing's for sure, if you had to do something amazing again, you would unturn all of those stones again.
Right.
Right. So I'm telling you, in the moment of desperate measures, if in fact you go to the fist technique, develop a pre-set up set grip formula, and somehow it works, lo and behold, you're going to feel that that's it. And then you would focus on that whenever you were in that same position and having any sort of insecurities or self-doubt. Once again, to the community, I apologize for giving you that and you knowing now that I am sharper than you. Let that eat. Let that just go in your pores.
No, I think I'm
doing super sharp.
Hey, no,
super sharp.
I like the reply. No, I think I'm doing it right with the bands and squeezing towels. I'm just trying to learn more how he sets his hand to do it right. Thanks for the answer. All right, you're welcome, young man.
Peace.
Okay, hey, Engen is in the chat. Engen says it is hard to make you want to do something, but once you want it, then it's hard to stop you reaching your goal.
Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss, man. I'll see you on May 6th, boss. I'll see you on May 6th.
People did ask you if you're going to be there. Of course, Travis is going to be there. Has Travis heard anything about LeBron's 18-year-old cousin who's pulling Adam Wawrzynski? No, but I would like to hear Travis's reply on that.
I have no idea.
So, have you seen the picture?
No.
Okay, so the man, I can't really bring it up, but picture is awesome. The flyer between them, the kid is like, I think 18 years old. He is LeBron's younger cousin, but the picture looks like somebody photoshopped his forearm to look like it's his fucking thigh. He is just like Adam Wawrzynski. And people are like, yo, man, his arm's photoshopped. And I'm like, y'all not looking at Adam's picture? Don't tell me Adam's arms looks normal.
I think Adam's in trouble internationally.
Well, I mean, he did good against Bojidar.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm just telling you that Adam is the most cocky fucking arm wrestler I have ever seen, dude. He just, I mean, what's his technique? The dude's just hooking and staying in the middle of the table with this unbelievable amount of confidence. And then he looks at the crowd, gives a smirk, tries to pin the guy, and he ends up in a war. And I'm trying to figure out, where is this guy's just start to finish technique? Like, he's in trouble the second that he runs into a guy stronger than him.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
There is no manipulation of the grip. There is nothing except, dude, go ahead and jump in this 50-50 hook. Even though I'm just 1% better than all these regular guys. And when I say regular guys, make sure you know that if you're arm wrestling Adam Wawrzynski in a super match, you are not regular to the East Coast, the West Coast, the Midwest, maybe even America as a whole. But when you're talking about going overseas and arm wrestling the best inside pullers in the world, or the best outside pullers that got the reputation pulling the best inside pullers in the world, you have to have a strategy of offense. This man is going to pull every single guy, just like John Brzezinski does after he's up 2-0 for his whole 30s. And I don't think that's going to work out in the long haul. I just can't imagine it.
Well, it's kind of, I kind of have the same thoughts, but I'm thinking that it's not that it's Adam's fault, but he comes in so fucking strong. It seems like that he usually kind of seems like he out levels his opponent, so the match is all.
I mean, you saw the Robbie Russell match, right?
Robbie Russell one. Oh,
just like a week ago. Wasn't it last Saturday or something?
Oh, they get just arm wrestled, did they?
Yeah, they're in the middle of a fucking war. And I'm just thinking to myself, what the fuck am I looking at?
It looked the same at all. I didn't watch that one.
The same as always. I'm just saying this. You know, his first match over there is not going to be like that every time he goes over there. And you know, I would just like to see, like, Chad Silvers is an offensive-minded human being. He will attack you in a few different ways, looking for an angle and some leverage and whatever. I don't see that with Adam. I see a very, very arrogant arm wrestler. Not person. Not an arrogant person. An arrogant in his technique, in his approach.
I was saying, like, I don't know if it's arrogance or he just doesn't get challenged properly where he shows the technique that he might got. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to say. That's why I want to pull Adam, because I feel like nobody pulls him the way I will pull him. Because I will go offensively for that top row.
Yeah, you will pull him knowing that he's stronger than you if you get neutral in that grip. And I feel like that he pulls everybody regardless, like he is stronger than them in that neutral position. Right. And I think that, listen, if you are the strongest man in the world, then you are a tremendous actor.
Yeah, I'll make sure I run away from that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got a feeling that there are guys that don't need to run away, and they just don't live in America.
Right. I got you. Well, yeah, it will be interesting.
So does that mean LeBron will be in Istanbul on May 6th? If so, I'd like to take this time to apologize for that whole water comment. When I went back and looked at it, it was pretty aggressive on my part.
I don't know. You made such.
And you got so scared the whole time I was saying it, it made me start thinking like, oh shit, some fucking Artem knows something I don't know about.
No, I don't know. I really thought, and even reading the comments, it kind of looked like you made really strong point about the water comment that nobody really looked at it like that before. That it was like a sign of this guy, like, yo, you weak motherfucker, like, you better wake up.
Yeah, you fucking pussy. That's
I don't know many people discuss in that regard, so I feel like it was a good comment to say. I mean, LeBron will kill you now, but it's awesome, dog.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the deal, too, man. I'm gonna make sure that every Russian, every Bulgarian, every Georgian, just remember when I'm walking around that hotel and I'm completely alone, and you think for a second that maybe you can run up on me, just know that I will smack the shit out of one of you motherfuckers and let you lay there in that fucking hallway. So do not get it twisted. I'm not just talking shit. I am a freak when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. So trust me, I will not be with a crowd of people, but I am super dangerous. So be careful how you run up on me.
That's a lie because I'm always with Travis when he's out there. Yeah, y'all can see y'all can catch us on the way to Monica's when we're gonna get served in time.
Just know that it will be met with a ton of hostility on my part too. If you think that I'm gonna be Joe Punk ass that takes a lot of mouth from some fucking foreigner over there in fucking Turkey.
Whoa! We don't say that word, Michael Todd.
If Michael says it, I say it. Just like that. It's just like all the racist comments. I won't say it first, but if you're saying it, hey, whatever happens, happens.
Hey,
I saw that on the Theo Von show the other day. He said he was Nicaraguan or something, and the guy said, "Whoa, that was close." And the guy said, "Oh no, I would never say that." And Theo Von said, "Well, me neither. Unless you say it, then it's all good."
Dude, I almost missed the super chat. The super chat from the Travis Bagent from the future with $2. Evening, young one. How often did I train in 2023?
How often have I trained?
Yeah, it's you from the future asking you.
Well, he fucking already knows we didn't do no training. We was working on football, baby. What are you talking about?
$2 super chat. Travis is the man. Where is it? Nice. I should do have a super chat button. Why do you ask such a specific question? Like we're running these fucking tournaments. Like I don't know the weight cap for this shit. But there's my buddy Micah Holken here. If you did watch the Tri-State Tennessee tournament Adam did this weekend, you might have saw me beat Rex Forbes. It would have sounded a lot cooler if it was like 15 years ago when Rex Forbes was cool.
I don't even know. I still didn't even hear what you said.
Do you know who Rex Forbes is? Rex Forbes.
Rex Forbes.
The guy the guy wears bandana like this all the time from Tennessee. Jack,
okay. Good dude.
And I think he used to be great.
So like he did watch did Adam, am I wrong about Adam being in a relatively great hook match?
Oh no, I mean I haven't watched it, but it sounds correct. It just this guy.
But also too, I could be wrong. Maybe Adam killed him 3 or 4-0, and then that was the last match or something. I don't know, but I just feel like there is an arrogance, and I saw it over there when he pulled in Turkey. That he really feels this fucking guy's in an even hook, and he's not losing yet. He does not have he doesn't overwhelm them once he's there.
We'll see. I mean, I don't disagree with you. So, but yeah, Mike, it's a great win at Rex Forbes. It would be a lot cooler if it was like 5 years ago when Rex was more jacked.
I don't trust nobody that wears a bandana.
Good point.
So, yeah,
good point.
I'm not fucking with Rex.
Yeah, good point.
I'll say whatever I want to LeBron and them, but I ain't fucking with no Rex.
Two good questions. And because Alexey technically banned from WADA, we're gonna have it as a second question.
Man. I can't participate in any event with Alexey Voevoda.
So first question gonna be, hey Travis, what would you say arm wrestling is lacking the most at this moment, despite the money?
I wouldn't say it's lacking anything but the money.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love the one-on-one format, but I also do not want to be, an immense hater if in fact it is the way, because I could be wrong. So I think that, I think I've talked about the mixture of at least make the number one contender win the tournament in order to face the champ. But I don't
you have some love for the tournament.
I don't love the fact that just the promoter gets to decide who, in fact, the number one contender is, even if it's obvious that you're making the number 4 guy get a shot at the number 1. Because, that's the only way you can make matches. You can't always do 1, 2 if they don't always change. But I also feel like that it would be a lot better for any human to be able to be the champ, regardless of, where he's from, how well he knows the promoter, or how long he's been in the business. And if you have been in the business and you don't feel like you have to audition again with lower matches, you could also, that format could give any person the ability. And then you would just make sure you filmed a lot of the tournament just in case the number one contender couldn't match up to the champ very well. You would have that footage, but it wouldn't necessarily have to carry the entire production. You would have other content.
Okay, fair enough.
And listen, I'm going to do this. It just depends on when am I going to be able to do it and really do it the right way. As of right now, other people are doing their promotions. I am at a point where I don't really think that there's a budget and a format that is 100% going to work. So I just need a little more financial backing in order to make sure it can't fail.
Fair enough. Your thoughts on Alexey Voevoda's comeback?
I mean, I think it's going to be good for the person who's hosting the pay-per-view. I mean, the truth is he's a tremendous athlete. Luckily for him, every motherfucker in the game is juiced up over here, so we're not going to hold that WADA disqualification over your head. No one gives a fuck. Come on back. We all knew you was fucking juiced up anyway.
All right. Can Devon beat Hermes? If you can just rephrase it, what do you think? How do you think Hermes and Devon gonna go? Because that's a potential.
Do they have a match planned, or we good?
No, I think it's more like. I mean, it sounds like it can be a match, but I think it's.
Yeah, I mean, I think that right now it's. I think it's 50-50. I'd imagine, which is. I mean, Devon's done an amazing thing. I feel like Devon's 50-50 with Alex. He's 50-50 with Hermes. He's 50-50 with Gennady. He's, 50-50 with Ungarbayev if he loses 5 pounds. I mean, he's in a great position. And from a promoter standpoint, he's a freaking gold mine. So I think that Devon's in a way better position than LeBron. Because I think there's more people that think they can beat Devon than they can beat LeBron. And then LeBron, you heard my responses last time. He's, that cowardly pussy moment could have been planned so that you are now humanized. But trust me, you are humanized now. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind, even if the person that is actually on that list doesn't necessarily believe it. The people that love them, their training partners, the people that are responsible for helping them get their confidence up, they are going to use that tactic and that situation in order to pound into their athlete and or loved one that, yes, this man is in fact normal and we can push him to a place that he does not like and ultimately has an inability to perform if he is in that spot. I mean, all it took was one. If that would have been a 7-rounder, right? I mean, I'm sorry, a 9-rounder, 5 for 9, he's done. It just so happens that Hermes didn't go broke arm. And, listen, Hermes could have damaged his body in ways that he doesn't even know yet, that he won't find out until the training sessions and the next match comes. There's a chance he's a floppy wrister for the rest of his life now. That You know what I mean? And sometimes it ain't easy to come back from that. So, but once again, we're gonna lean towards Hermes just being regular, meaning a regular fucking stud who's in the top 5, and him humanizing LeBron, rather than the other possible scenario is that Hermes and LeBron are in a cloud of their own. And you know, but I don't think that you want that approach if you're an arm wrestler. That's
too scary. Now it's like too scary to
that's not yeah. And the only thing next to that would be let's get them back up there immediately.
Right.
Against each other.
So Hermes and Devon.
Yeah, 50-50 right now, I'd say. And then if it's 50-50 and Devon speaks English and he lives in North America, I'm rooting for fucking Devon Laird all motherfucking day long. And twice on Sunday. So that's just the way. I mean, I think that we've made that perfectly obvious, right? I am an enemy of the foreign arm wrestler. I am a friend of anybody that's closer to me that looks like me and talks like me. It doesn't matter who you arm wrestle in America, Artem. I'm rooting against you because of your accent.
Even because I have United States citizenship?
Nah, that's some fake ass bullshit Biden lets you have.
No, I got it during Trump's years.
That's why we love Trump. Look what he did for Artem.
This could not have been a smoother transaction. Man, this Sanchez is my president. It's all good.
That's the most fucked up thing about Donald Trump is that when you try to talk shit about him, if you use a reference, you could be totally wrong. Like, oh shit, I thought he was an asshole when it came to that. Oh no, he was cool. Okay.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
I have no political preference. I do not care if Donald Duck is the president.
You do have your political preference is Benjamin's.
Yeah, and if
Benjamin Franklin is your president.
I like Biden. If you like Biden, I like Trump. That way I can get some ammunition for when I have the next conversation.
Gotcha. Ow. Did we talk about that? Man, I feel like we did. Did we talk about Derek and Austin last time?
Derek is absolutely the most unenergetic human being I have ever met.
I feel like if you watch that match yourself, that's the type of match that makes you think, oh man, I will kill those guys.
I will fuck both of those guys up, man. Although Austin Jaggers is a problem in our world.
Oh, he's a man-child.
Because he does not, I don't think he's training absolutely correctly, but he is training in every way. And every day, gaining experience, gaining, a ton of fucking confidence. So, he's one of them guys that he's having so much fun doing it. I don't even think he thinks he's working that hard because he's just, he's a fun guy to be around. And he is a big motherfucker, dude. That's a 300-pound offensive line, Eastern Kentucky fucking stud who does not know any better. That motherfucker will run through a wall. He
does not know any better.
Motherfucker's a beast. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm whacking the shit out of Austin and Derek after my third wrist curl.
Well, hey, the people ask you about your wrist curls actually. I
have a wrist curl negative. So I don't do wrist curls, but I will curl up and not let it open back up.
Well,
Once again,
that's how you do pull-ups
with the community. You're welcome.
There was so many wrist flex. Okay, when Travis trained serious and did all his exercise with the bands, pull-ups, and etc., and was at his best, did he do any sparrings with other people in that period, or was it just training?
For me, it was just training, but you have to know that when I'm just training, I'm on the circuit. And on the circuit for me, most of the time was between January and June. And I would throw all these events during the Supercross schedule. So for about 5 years, you had to be careful running into me between January and June while I was participating in those Cooper Tire events at the Supercross. The constant hammer, flipping, and sparring, even though it was sparring with regular dudes, you had to know that there were always 4 or 5 of my arm wrestling buddies there too. And they wanted to spar as well. So those weekends became almost like camp is in. And if you notice, the end of the WAL was always in June. So I had just come off of those events. And that's why I was just absolutely tearing it up from that, 14, 15, 16, and 17 seasons.
Right, every Saturday. I got you. Okay, the last question I saw somewhere, and we're gonna wrap it up. It's a funny one over here. Will USA ever get East versus West level of event, or will it stay small local events like Monster Factory and etc.? I don't think people know that, like, we had WLs not that long ago, and they looked just as killer, and whatever in events before that. We had
There's
events.
no doubt. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that what Ingen provides you is when the WAL calls an athlete, it might as well be, the secretary from your insurance company is calling. It's strictly business.
Right.
Right? Ingen Terzi is a different person, right? Like, he is a arm wrestler. He knows the arm wrestlers. He understands the climate, and he is forceful at telling you what he thinks you should do. And then he will lock you in whether you like it or not quickly, and then use that having you locked in order to make changes. And he can get stuff done at he's just more extreme. And now financially, he has the backing too in order to negotiate with the big dogs. So, but he still has that relationship where he's not, it's not hard to, it's harder to just treat it strictly business and not have that personal feel to the negotiation. So I feel like with East versus West, you will get as much as the king of the table or the WL can do, and you will get 8 more matches instead of just the 3 or 4. And I feel that people in the WL and the king of table, they can give the illusion that the smaller the card is not a financial obligation, but a production decision, when in fact, from what Ingen comes from, why wouldn't someone want to watch arm wrestling for 4 or 5 hours if they could? And he firmly believes that, and because of that, his business model, I think, his dollar goes a little further than the businessman's dollar.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And I could be completely wrong about that, but that's how. And even if it's not happening now, feeling. And even if it's not happening now, it happened in the past with Ingen when his budget wasn't as big. And now I think that you have someone that has that type of pulse on the community. He kind of understands the ebbs and flows. He's super consistent and doesn't let time go by where you could change your brand and your price. He's talking to you every day. He has you booked now or already for the next one. And he can now just work on, just getting bigger and not kind of being at the mercy of the pullers.
Yeah, as I said, you get more like the homey feeling with him for sure, where you're not obligated. You're obligated, but you're not stuck like you are really with other people.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And you're dealing with a man, so you're not as quickly to back out or to have some strange demands.
Right. Yeah, like you
Because
know.
I've tried. Trust me.
Hey, that 9,000 turned to 1,500 pretty quick, huh?
Yeah. All of a sudden, I got to pay him $100 in order to get it.
Hey, make sure you come back with a gift next time.
No doubt.
Did you book your ticket yet?
Ingen, unfortunately, as soon as you even clamor for a second that you may come, he fucking books the ticket and then tells you, more or less, if you renege on it, he'll never invite you again, and it's a wrap. So,
Oh
yes,
man,
I
get hanging up. So I get to know you love me so much more than Travis because I always get like my own options. I found this awesome ticket. It's from
Now,
Jackson.
don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Hey.
Only way I'm traveling is from my closest airport directly to your airport, and that is luckily not a lot of strings need to be crossed to go from Washington D.C. to Istanbul.
See, I got it. I found this ticket that goes from Jackson to JFK and from JFK straight to Istanbul, which is a nice, sweet direct flight ticket.
Yeah, which is the shittiest fucking thing I ever heard of. So yeah,
why?
I'm traveling 45 minutes to my airport and then landing in Istanbul. There is no. I mean, I'm not interested in the Jacksonville to motherfucking
No. You still have to drive the 45. It's like my 45-minute flight to JFK. It's the same shit.
Or 2 hours and 45 minutes if I've been on that flight before. About 100
it's like hour 45.
All right.
Let's meet in the middle.
Hour and 45, you'll be coming over to Washington, D.C. I'll wave at you. And then you're still 45 minutes descending.
I'm there a day earlier before you anyway. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm getting in Thursday at 4 o'clock, leaving Sunday at 3 o'clock. The same fucking schedule as last time.
Yeah, no, I hated what I did last time to myself, that Sunday.
Yeah, that I even had that option to do that early morning flight. That's not cool.
I was thinking the first time I did kind of what you did, and I was like, oh, that was all right. And then I'm like,
well, you know what the deal is? It's not easy at the Istanbul airport. Like you gotta get the fuck there.
Istanbul airport was scary.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Istanbul airport at 6 a.m. because I know that you need the 2 hours. So that means you got to get your ass there at 4 o'clock. At that 3 o'clock takeoff, and we're not done till after midnight.
It was somewhat easy. It was initially finding my first whatever we coming off of was kind of hard, but then it was a smooth airport. But yeah, it was.
They checked my bag 13 times before I got on that damn plane.
Right.
I learned Washington D.C. is more scared of Turkey than Turkey is of Washington D.C.
Oh, so hold on, was the hardest part for you to get through the TSA on the way back?
Dude, they stopped me at every fucking check spot in Turkey. Then when I get to the U.S., motherfuckers bring me back in this other place for 45 minutes. And the Dallas Cowboy game is going on, and I can just see like one sliver of a corner. It was horrible. It was horrible. And I could tell when I said arm wrestling, the motherfuckers did not believe me. Because I'm not jacked.
So I was about to say, when they asked you what was your reason for visit Turkey, what'd you say?
Yeah, I gave him the flyer. I told him I'm the fucking man. The guy looked at my biceps and was like, step over here. You're lying. It used to be back in the day. Motherfucker, everybody knew me when I come through that airport. I was jacked. I looked like Hermes and those cats.
So what, for 45 minutes, they just kind of held you to check your information?
Yeah, they held you there, and then they ask you to fill out this questionnaire, and then they go back and start Googling. So then the guy comes back, he's like, oh, I watched all kinds of your videos. I'm like, yeah, fucking 40 minutes worth of them. 40 minutes. And then say, yeah, go ahead. I'm like, you need to check my bag? Nah, you're good. Motherfucker.
Man. Yeah, there's something needs to be said about your biceps. They believed me last time when I said them for the arm wrestling shit.
Yeah, they could smell the fucking trend as soon as you walked up to the counter.
That grapeseed oil is breaking, son. Man, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna say the third time, because the second time I said I'm a photographer, that didn't work out too well. Oh, photographer, what you got? I'm like, I don't know, camera. Oh, you bought it here? Yeah. Well, you can't prove it to me, right? Like, maybe can't. No, you cannot. I'm not gonna argue with this man. No, sir, I cannot take it for you. All right, well, for the next time. Like, all right. Just let me go. Just let me go. So, well, all right, player.
Good talk.
It's
Hey,
been a
I've
good
got
hour.
14 people trying to get me on their podcast. If any of you are watching, stop asking me to go on your damn podcast. The answer is no.
James is here. James Stedham. We traveled to the airport with Travis. The security was rough. Only just made our flight.
Yeah.
Did Neil pick up you something?
Hell yeah. Hell, they had to really go. They was in a hurry. I had a little time to spare, but yeah.
Was it this just now? Or was it like
just now?
Oh man, okay. Man, yeah, I'm making sure my flight back is a little bit later than yours.
Yeah, there you go. I'm bringing a big ass bag with just a little clothes, and I'm going to get some shoes.
Dude, that's what I'm doing this time.
I'm hooking every one of my kids up with these $14 white Air Force Ones, baby.
Hey, I already messaged my guy in the Turkish Grand Bazaar. I'm like, yo, I need to go get my watches. He's like, no problem, brother. You come here. Yeah. All right. Well, play it. You have a good one. I'll see you next.
Wrestling community.
I'll see you tomorrow. Every day.
Do not forget, if you would like your business to be repped and sponsored any of those matches, it's a $500 donation to East First West, and I need your script. And I will pump that shit during the match, whichever one you choose. Let me know.
You guys heard that? And if you guys trust me with your money and business ideas more than Travis, y'all know my email down description as well.
100%. I don't care if you give the money directly to me or Artem either.
All right, fellas. Travis, thanks for being here. I see you guys next time. We'll see if Travis Travis figure out how to escape out of this podcast. All right, everybody, you guys heard that. If you do want to, on a serious note, East versus West can always benefit from more sponsorship, and being a sponsor of East versus West is pretty sweet idea. And just sponsoring a match and being a sponsor, if you want to look for the information, it's on East versus West Instagram as a pinned post all the time. If you cannot find it anywhere, you can always go to the Instagram, and it's one of the first posts on the Instagram page for East versus West. And there's information. Being sponsor of East versus West, like a VIP, it's pretty cool. It's a great experience, especially if you know me or Travis and you need like some extra, it's stuff going out there by yourself if you have to go by yourself. So, but if you know somebody, it's just easier. So we are always there to help you guys. So if you have any questions, let us know, and we'll see you guys at the next one. We're going to bang out as many podcasts as we can until Travis's son Tyson's get drafted. But maybe eventually, Ezra has to get drafted in a couple of years too. So I bet you we'll see Travis back. So thank you guys for watching. See you the next one.